Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Mystic Four. And
Yay!
I am so excited to have Deb, Purple Elephant Deb, joining us for the Mystic Four as our new official fourth member. Yay! Woo! We are lucky
Thank
enough
you.
to have Deb. So,
Thank you.
yeah, it's so exciting. And I want to say hi to Gerald, Tarot Stash, and Cleo the Seer. And yay, the team is together. And so we're just going to ask Deb, how are you? And what do you have going on your channel? Or is there anything you want people to know about things that you have coming up?
I'm doing well. I have. I'm trying to think of a new question to answer for my next video on my channel, and I'm also thinking about reaching out to different people to see if they would like to be a guest.
Ooh.
I feel like I would like to start doing my live shows again.
That was great. Should they
So
email you?
I'm sorry.
Should they email you at
That would be fine. Email me at LFNTLDY. Sorry.
By the way, everybody, that's Monkey.
That is Monkey.
No.
And he was chasing Willie, the cat.
Yes.
So,
well, they can find your email on your homepage or on the
yes, it's LFNTLDY1961 at gmail.com. But if you go to my page, you can find it in the About section.
And I have it also. I make you guys work so hard. I have it in the description below right now. Anyway.
Yes,
So.
and I also at that email I'm available for private readings. And I just noticed this, Val, when your intro is coming on. I'm wearing a ring with a dragonfly on a crystal.
As you should.
To honor Val.
Because you're the Mystic Four.
Yes.
Yay, Deb. And Gerald, what do you have coming up on your channel you want folks to know about?
Well, I want folks to know that I've started a new series, and I'm calling it the Magic Begins, where I'm showing people the process that I go through to create my fabric landscapes, my fabric paintings. So if you want to get inside Tarot Stash's head and see the creative process, and join. So that I did the first one today, so feel free to go over there and watch. And later tonight I am doing Moon Alchemy with Linda de Gonzalez and Ramon Moon Scarab. We're doing full moon readings. I've got a whole bunch of shows scheduled this week, so they're going to be great, including on Friday. I'm still finishing up the details, but it's the other side of the coin with Mel, Colleen, Sherry, and me. This will be the third episode, and we're going to be talking about grounding.
Ooh, nice. Very important in today's life. And any of you who have not caught Gerald's beautiful work with material, creating these designs and stitching them together in the most incredible art you've ever seen, please do that. I saw that coming up, and I have it for watch. I'm watching it later because, I mean, it's just so creative, and you can use the colors and fabric you want to create an unbelievable design, picture, landscape, portrait, whatever it is that's your wild idea. It's wonderful.
Well, and it is one of those things. I firmly believe that creativity is a gift from the divine.
Yeah.
And when I use my creativity, I am giving that gift back to the divine.
Oh, very beautiful, beautiful
wisdom.
Yes, absolutely. And I totally agree with you. In fact, I'm getting the chills. It's a beautiful thing. And Cleo, what have you got coming up on your channel?
This week I don't think I have much of anything coming up. Next week it's just booked. This week it's like a vacation time, I guess. So, I might be doing one of my own. I haven't done that for a while. My own show, Politics in America, but I don't know. It's just so goofy. I'm real leery about doing that because anything I say is going to be out the window by the next day. I mean, it
is coming and going so fast. It's like you get whiplash.
Yeah. So
everything.
One good thing though, I just got a brand new modem from Xfinity, and I didn't realize that the modem we were using was so outdated. As a matter of fact, when they sent this to us, I looked at it and I went, "What is this?" So I went to the Xfinity store. I said, "What the hell is this?" They said, "That's a modem." And I said, "Well, where's all the buttons that light up and all the things that I'm used to? And where's all the bells and whistles?" And they just looked at me and they pointed to it and they went, "That is the bells and whistles. What you've got is way too old." And and so he showed me how to hook it up and everything, and it is a lot better. I mean, all the colors, the pictures, all you guys look good. Much clearer. And I'm hoping. I had a lot of problems with things freezing up, and all of a sudden my whole picture would just turn into these little circles spinning, and I thought everybody was seeing the same thing as me. No, it was just me and the weird old modem. So
congratulations to this new universe we have of technology.
So you probably won't have anyone for.
Oh.
Easy.
It's going to be better and better.
Yeah, so you should probably do some more shows.
I should probably do some more shows. You're right. Yeah, and I think I might do something this week. I've been kind of busy, and it had nothing to do with YouTube. So sorry, my other life got real busy. But anyway, yeah, I might try to do something.
I think that's a good idea, especially since we have the full moon.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. In Scorpio, I've heard.
Oh, and Gerald, please let our people in the chat know what are the things you do during the full moon. You let go, and what else?
Yeah,
what are those?
Full moons are a beautiful time to let go, to be grateful for everything that you have, and then be willing to let go that stuff which is not serving you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're into astrology and associations for Scorpio, feel free to add that layer. But the idea of is that the moon is full, it has everything, but then it's slowly going to creep away until we have a new moon. So it's a perfect time just to release the stuff that no longer serves you. Just, and when you can be specific, that's helpful. I also think it's a great idea for you to, it's me. I'm an overachiever. So I'm going to mix. I'm going to take a shower, and I'm going to have a salt bath, and I'm going to scrub and release those things.
Maybe even sage your house, or
absolutely,
whatever you think of clearing. Maybe even giving things away to Salvation Army or whoever.
Yes.
I mean, clearing things. Yeah.
And some people like to write down the things that they want to release, and then they burn those safely for entertainment purposes only. So, I mean, do what works for you in that sense of, I'm really needing to release these things because this is the great time to do it.
That's right. That's right. It is a perfect time for that. So These readings today will be kind of those full moon readings of things that you need to know, maybe to let go of, or what do your guides and angels want you to know during the full moon. And you can put your questions in there if you have something surrounding that. Absolutely. And I want to say hi to Rose Blue, Laura Hammond Davis, Alice, Venus, Kimberly, Linda De Gonzalez. Hi, Linda. And Eleanor, Mary, and Purple Moon Tarot. Oh, I love that name. Kimberly, Nettie, Chris, and Bring 41.
Bruna,
I think that's
41.
what that, and or Bruna 41. I guess I need glasses, everyone. Rose Blue. I think I said that. And so Joan Baker, good to see you. I'm going to start starring questions here.
You have one after, and that was Mary.
Mary.
You're getting there. You're scrolling
We
up.
only have one. Wow.
That's all right so far.
I have
we got some of the best chatters here, so this is perfect.
No, what are you guys doing? Don't you have me? Okay, I have two, but I'm going back up. It's Mary that has one?
Yes.
Okay, Mary, I got you.
There you
go. All right. Okay, so we'll start with our three hot off the press. We'll do Mary. So hello, everyone. I'm seriously considering returning to nursing. Is this what I am meant to be doing?
And Deb and I are doing this one first. And you're getting more and more questions.
This is Deb and Gerald. Yeah. Yeah. I'll go back while you're doing that.
Okay, so Mary, I'm going to jump in on this, Deb.
Go ahead.
Mary, part of what is going on, and I like what's happening, and this is a good time for you to have some introspection about where is it that you want to put your time and your energy. It's an opportunity for you to sort of connect with where you've been, where you are, and where you want to go. Because I have the Hermit for you straight up, upright. So there's a beautiful introspection about that, and then I have the Nine of Wands. This is fortitude. When the Nine of Wands shows up, it suggests that you really understand that this is part of a longer term thing, and you're almost to the point where you're finished. So stuff can be more challenging, but there's a stick-to-itiveness that's needed. And I would also say, here's the warning that comes with this. This is the Five of Wands. It's clashed interests. Why is it that you're thinking about going back into nursing? I'm actually feeling you are meant to do some work to help people heal and to thrive. Nursing is a great way to do that. There are other things that you can do that can line up with that. Oh, look at that. The Queen of Cups is at the bottom. Emotional wisdom. So it feels very much like you can do more in the sense of healing and caring for people, not just nursing, although that's where you come from, if that makes any sense, Mary. So
yeah, I love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Mary, the first card I got, and I'm using the Black Moon Lilith deck here. It's astrology based cards, and which is funny because I know nothing about astrology. But interestingly enough, the first card I got was the Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio. That stands for sexual energy, but I want you to put a pin in that for a minute, because the next card I got was the sun, your soul's purpose, and then Black Moon Lilith in Cancer, which is honor your emotions. On the bottom of the deck, Pluto, which is endings and regeneration. So when you think about all of this together, that this isn't just sexual energy, it's emotional energy, it's emotional attachments. The sun, which is illuminating everything, but it's also highlighting your soul's purpose, what you're meant to do. And as Gerald said, I got the feeling that it was in healing. However, you might want to explore something that has more to do with your emotions. And it is definitely a time of ending and regeneration for you. So whatever you choose to do, I do believe it's having to do with healing, but keep your options open in what field of healing you might choose to do, because you might like to do something different, and you might be just as good or better at doing that.
Nice.
I love that. I love those readings. Mary, thank you for your question. That was beautiful. And the next one we have is Ellen R. for Cleo and I. The full moon reading, please. What do I need to release?
And by the way, this is a great time for people to make sure that they have liked this video, they've given it a thumbs up, and they've subscribed to all of the channels.
Oh, it's so true. Thank you, Gerald. You know what? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gerald.
I was the pushy one.
You know, they're mentioning speaking to yourself with kindness, Ellen R. So becoming aware of how you speak to yourself in this new clearing, that would mean clearing away all the negative mind script. But don't attach to it as it is. As we're releasing things, these things come up in our awareness. But we don't have to angst over releasing them. They will release. Just don't attach drama to it. And pull yourself close. So every part of you is deserving of love. So this sounds like a lot of shadow side release. And there is hope ahead. Have courage and take heart. There is hope. So it's really about that deeper part of you, those little unreleased bits and pieces that reside inside of you that have not been addressed and looked at. But now it becomes very easy to let it go. Once it's in your awareness, you can actually shift it out. It happens actually automatically. And they're talking about the Akashic records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. It's the same thing that they're talking about. That is exactly what is happening for you. And because a stellar gateway activation is happening, infinite potential, manifestation vortex. So, of course, all this deeper little bits and pieces of things you haven't thought about in years, you couldn't even imagine, that bring up little pieces of guilt or little pieces of shame or blame or whatever for things you haven't thought about in years. These things may pop into your awareness and you're going, where the heck did that come from? Don't attach to it or give it any angst. It is releasing. So just let it go, let it release, and give yourself all that love. The other side of that is give yourself all that love that you deserve, that you are, and really appreciate yourself during this full moon while you're letting that shadow side go, because you really are this beautiful light. That's who you are. So I think that's beautiful. Cleo.
Yeah, that's really nice. I just see that you've been juggling things. You've been maybe there's a lot of stuff going on, or maybe that's just what you do. That you're constantly trying to keep things in balance by juggling a lot of things. Well, you happen to be the kind of person that you're well grounded, sensible. You know that you can keep all these things together, but some of it you can just let go of because because of who you are in the first place. um, you know the answers to these things, and you know which direction to go, so you don't really have to sit around and constantly think about, am I doing the right thing at the right time, blah blah blah. No, you always are. You've got that part of your that's the kind of person you are, stable, very stable. So the letting go of things might be that you don't have to be so concerned about the different choices you are making, because you consistently make the right choices. And that's what comes out at the end of this, is that the kind of person you are, you have control over the situation, but you're not really a control freak. So you are being flexible, but some of this stuff you can just let go. Don't take it in internally. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Don't look at it like, well, what if I don't do this quite right or something? Do it because you should have the confidence to know that whatever decisions you're making, you have the wherewithal to come up with the right decisions. So I don't know if that tells you anything, but that's what I'm getting.
I love that. I love that reading, Cleo. I think that's beautiful. Ellen R., thank you for your question. And next we have Bruna, 41. I'm a Cancer sun with Scorpio moon. Why am I having these weird dreams? Thanks. And that's for Deb and Gerald.
Bruna, the cards I got, this is interesting. I got out of the two cards I drew in the bottom of the deck. I'm getting lots of major arcana cards. The first card I drew is Justice. Now, this isn't necessarily what we think about justice. It's a balancing. The second card was the Devil. Now, this is a very appealing devil. She speaks to our desires, the things we want. Are we being bound or shackled to those kinds of things? How does that balance in our life? And then I get the Eight of Cups. She's just walking away. But look, she's not walking away from everything. She's walking toward something. She's walking to something new. So if you do have things you need to let go, then maybe that's why you're having these dreams. There's something that you need to let go, that you can walk away from that, but walk towards something, replace it with something positive. Balance your life. And so in the bottom of the deck, I had the Nine of Pentacles. They're in the garden. So that's where you want to be. That's the ease of mind, the not being apprehensive about going to sleep because of dreams that you're having. Try to get a little bit of balance. See what you're overdoing. See if you need to let something go. Walk away from that, and then walk toward this beautiful garden that you can be comfortable and at ease in.
Beautiful, beautiful reading, Deb. Thank you. And Gerald?
What I have for you, why am I having these strange dreams? Many people are having strange dreams right now. The nudge that I'm getting is this is having the dreams that are weird is an opportunity for you to resolve some of the stuff that's going on in the dream state rather than having to deal with it in the physical realm. So I would say this is actually this is a blessing. So it's a blessing because I have resolution, I have commitment, and I have resilience. What I find really interesting is I have 2 5s, and the 5 of Wands, which is resolution, and the 5 of Pentacles, which is resilience. 5s are halfway through the major arcana, through the minor arcana. This is something to where it feels very much like you are resolving things now in your dream state rather than having to deal with them in the physical realm. And I would say pay attention to your dreams. If you're not writing them down, taking some notes, something like that, there's an opportunity there.
I love that.
Yeah,
Love that, Gerald.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Beautiful reading. Okay, so Bruna, I hope that resonates for you. And Mary Starshine, would love to have a reading. Past 3 weeks have been hellacious. Actually, that's a good word. I like that.
So did you want to go, Val, or
No,
do you want
you go if you're ready. Yeah, you
I'm
go.
ready. I am ready. Yeah, I've been looking at this question. And the thing that sticks with me is this 3-week period. And first, Mary Starshine, don't worry, you're not the only one. It's been for some reason. I mean, yes, we know that the political climate is weird, and so that makes it bad for a lot of people. But there's just something else going on because we are in such a transition. So in this last 3 weeks have been filled with, I'm thinking, with difficult decisions, with not sure which way to go. I mean, 1 minute you might feel up, 1 minute you might feel down. But it just so happens that you have a way about you, a determination about you, that you know that of course you're going to get through this okay. But not only that, that once you do, and I think it's going to take another 3 weeks, you come out on top. You come out like, got through that one. I don't know why all this stuff was making me feel so cranky or confused or whatever was going on that made it hellacious. But it's going to get a lot better. I mean, it's going to get a lot better because of your inner strength and your desire to just forge through these kind of things and get through it and maybe learn a little something from all the weirdness that was going on. So, hey, just hang in there. You've got it within you to do that. But I do see that, yes, right now you're in a quandary. You're just like, oh my God, what next? So don't worry, it's going to get better. And it's going to take about 3 more weeks.
And it's funny that my reading really does match Cleo's in many ways. I got the activation card of allowance for you. And that is really invites us to open up to whatever comes our way without judgment, without opinion, without fear, without resistance. And when we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. So what's happening for you is a lot of expansion coming in. They're telling you to be true to who you are. Don't let anything stop you from shining. Let it go. Let go of anything at all that feels like it's resistance. And you deserve to be seen. And this is something, this is really points to something happening for you right now. You're getting the Prophet. That is you, because you have sacred knowledge to share. It is really magic. It is really magic. That's going to ask you to connect and open up. And to do that, some of this stuff, this hellacious stuff, is happening to trigger you to let go of your perception, expectation, and all that stuff that holds you back from just letting the universe give you what you need and saying thank you for it all, because that opens the flow and connection to everything that divine source has you coming in to do. And that's being a prophet, an oracle, that and accessing that divine wisdom and that beautiful synchronicity of magic and alchemy that you're here to create. So there is a gateway of this happening for you, and it's all about your allowance. So change your perception. If you are, seeing it as hellacious, thank the universe for their beautiful hellaciousness and appreciate it, because it's really going to end up really well for you. Mary, thank you for your beautiful question.
And that is the way to look at it too, is appreciate your hellaciousness, because when you can appreciate the worst and then also appreciate the best, that is the kind of balance you're looking for.
That's
and I see, that Mary really, you're just it's going to go off and on like a light switch. You're just like, right now you're like, oh yeah, I've had it, just please, what other weird crap could come up? And then you might wake up and a couple days you might wake up and go, wow, whatever that was just like lifted.
Yeah, exactly. I love that, Cleo. Thank you. That was beautiful. Well said. And Mary, thank you for your question. I hope that resonates for you. And Kimberly, for Deb and Gerald, full moon reading for me. What should I change?
Do you want to go, Gerald? I'm ready.
I will go because what I have is there is in the center of this reading there's the 5 of Cups. It's about disappointment. It is important for you to release the disappointment of things not being emotionally the way you would expected them to be. That is easier said than done. I get it. And if you need help, ask for help. Seek professional help. But there's this time when, this disappointment has gone on and on and on and on and on. So if you were able to release some of the disappointment, or here's a weird thought, embrace it, so then you can transform it, because the Queen of Cups is about emotional wisdom. So this is in understanding what it is that those emotions that you're having are trying to teach you. Because on the other side of that, and I would say probably near the full moon, we have the King of Wands, which is creative vision. You're going to have transformed these emotions, and it's going to radiate from you. It's going to like, okay, it's like taking all of your chakras through a car wash. All of them are going to get washed up, shined, and are going to line up. So I hope that helped give some insight, Kimberly.
I love that. That's beautiful, Gerald.
It's the chakra car wash.
Kimberly, to go along with Gerald, the first card I get, and this is the Sacred Medicine Oracle. Looks like this. Except upside down. It looks like this. The winter solstice, the bear, which stands for hibernation. I think you've kind of pulled yourself into yourself a little bit right now. The second card I got, the fall equinox, buffalo, which stands for release. There's something you need to let go of. Release it. I think that this, because it seems to be kind of a recurring theme, is something that many of us need to take a look at. That there's something we need to release right now with all the weirdness going on. it's good to step back and take a look at our own selves and see where can we do better and make ourselves better. Then the next card I got was ancestral love, which is tending. So look to your ancestors when you're looking for something to change. Maybe there's a clue there of something that you need to let go or start over or pick up. There may be a clue in those that came before you as to something that you might enjoy doing, or that maybe you enjoy too much and you should let go a little bit. The final card on the bottom is the wisdom keeper, which is mastery. Once you step back and look at all of these things, you've been in hibernation, you need to release something, and you need to tend to what you have about yourself. Once you do all that, then you become the master. You become this wisdom keeper. And you see how the wisdom keepers are all depicted as celestial beings in the stars. So, Kimberly, think about what has gone before and think about whether or not those things occur in what you're currently doing. And then you can decide whether it's something you need to keep, get, or let go of. And once you do that, you will be the master.
That's beautiful. Beautiful. Love that wisdom, Deb. Thank you. And I hope that resonates for you, Kimberly. And thank you for your question. We have Chris Cassidy. I'd love to get a message. That's for Cleo and I. And so, Cleo, if you're ready, go.
Before I do that,
yeah.
Before I do that, I wanted to go back to Mary Starshine, because she added some things here about that her husband or her spouse almost died twice last week. Now,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And she also talks about being a caregiver.
Yeah.
So, obviously you're really, you're skilled at being the caregiver, and so that is part of your, it's part of your journey in this life of doing that for other people, your spouse and probably others, I don't know, but that is so stressful. So yeah, I can understand why you're using the word hellacious, because that is really tough to do. But you know what? You are the best person to be there right now. You're what your spouse needs. And along with also the doctors and everybody else that you have working with you. So I just wanted to bring that up, that you are you're in the right place at the right time, and you're doing everything you can do. So just hang in there.
Yeah. Thank you, Cleo. And you want to go for Chris first?
No, go ahead. I haven't.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So, Chris, even though this is a time of letting go, new moon, releasing things, and at the same time, you're being asked to cultivate an air of celebration. And that air of celebration, that air of gratitude, that air of thankfulness for everything, and becoming aware of your environment, of your body, and listening to your body when it's thirsty, when it needs to eat, when it needs to rest, and just listening to the wisdom of the universe. These are all things you're being asked to do right now. Practicing freedom, releasing the weight of any judgment that is you've held in your life, whether it's thought forms that come up, but judgment of yourself or others. So this is a lightening of your body, a lightening of your load. This is what's happening. That release, that change is for a fresh start, to refresh you. And you may have felt like things were, and you've left an unfinished symphony, so to speak. You've left things undone. But, everything is all in good timing. Everything is shifting for you coming forward to make a transition that supports your deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of the universe. They're asking you to dig deeper and surrender to that process. There is something going on within you that is going to facilitate this new freedom of, it's almost like you're reinventing yourself. Sort of like that. So it's an unnamed bunch of stuff that's being let go of. And also the ancestral realm is coming up for you, karmic release, healing the lineage, boundaries. So instead of you're creating boundaries, you're letting go of all these boundaries you put in place to keep things status quo. You're going for complete flexibility and freedom. And so this is what's happening right now for you as you're letting things go, letting go of judgment in any form. So I hope that resonates for you, Chris and Cleo.
Val, I get the same kind of thing. I feel like Chris is going through you're going through a transitional period, a personal transitional period, not just there we go. Not just all the stuff that's going on around for everybody, that the world has all of a sudden become kind of weird.
Yes.
But for you personally, you're going through some stuff. So just be open to that. I don't think you're even aware of it, of how much is going on around you. But in the end, it is one of those things that it's a growth period in your life, probably more spiritually than anything else. And that when you come out of it, you're just like, oh, I didn't even realize that kind of thing was going on. I didn't even realize that was happening. But when you do get it, you got to put some effort into it. And like Val was saying about letting go of certain things, because that, when you let go of certain things, you're also letting go of a certain amount of resistance. And when that happens, you're allowed to take all this other stuff in. And I am definitely talking about in a spiritual level. So, Chris, it's a cool time for you. Enjoy it. And I think within a short period of time, you're going to really feel enlightened coming through this period right now.
Well, thank you. Beautiful reading, Cleo. Thank you, Chris, for your question. And next we have Venus. Oops, I just got rid of Venus. Sorry, Venus. I have to go find you again. I clicked the wrong thing. Venus. Where are you? That's why sometimes we have Gerald host. Because Gerald's the only one who can host. No. Can you see me changing? See what's changing for me in the next 2 months. Okay. Goodness.
Venus, the first card I got for you is the Emperor. So that's sitting on the throne and being the final word, giving the most advice, also giving the most in the things that need to be done, the edicts and that sort of thing. So for this first month, I get that Emperor along with the Queen of Wands. So this queen she's active and she's strong and she's strong-willed. She is the one with the spiritual know-how that can take this emperor and make him be the kind of loving sort of leader that we would like to be. So this is in your first month, is taking the lead, but doing it in a spiritual way, but meaning what you say, that you are going to be the final word on that. For the second month, I got, and I don't read, generally, I don't read reversals, but when I do get them, then they're important, so I pay attention. I got the 7 of Cups in reverse, along with strength. So what I'm seeing here is that this 7 of Cups reversed is that you need to be mindful of knowing what you're getting into, that you're not being disillusioned. You're not having those illusions cloud your thinking. You know what is in these cups, and you know whether or not you can use them, and you need strength to be able to carry that burden, that you need to go forward and let those that you need to let know that they're being irresponsible, or whatever the thing is. You need the strength to be able, and the courage to come and be the mentor. On the bottom, I got the Hierophant. So you're going to have to balance that with traditional things, maybe in the family or with your friends, things that you've been doing all along. Make sure that that isn't part of this disillusionment. That's not part of what you need to shed light on in this situation. And that's what I got. I hope it helps.
I love that, Deb. That was powerful.
Well, and I'm just going to add on to this, because what's changing for you in the next 2 months? You're going to stop procrastinating. You're going to stop missing opportunities because you've been procrastinating. And you're going to get a little bit of solitude. This is the 4 of Swords, because all of this procrastination and all of these missed opportunities have made it hard for you to get a really a sense of rest. Your mind is always going. Your mind is always going. But the next 2 months, I love the fact that, what's changing for you in the next 2 months. You're going to stop procrastinating. Again, I'm going to say it. You're going to stop procrastinating. Stop procrastinating. And she said, stop procrastinating finally, because you've missed enough opportunities when you have, because you're going to stop procrastinating. Because what you've been procrastinating on is also preventing you from getting that solitude and that sense of what's really going on in your mind. Because when you're procrastinating, you're just not, you're doing something that isn't in what you are desiring to do. It's going somewhere else. So,
oh man, that message was for me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I don't know anybody else if this is resonating for you, but stop procrastinating. You're missing opportunities. I mean, if you just do what you need to do, and I know that's easier said than done.
Yes.
Easier said than done. Trust me, I am expert level procrastinator. So
I don't know about that. You get a lot done.
Oh yeah, I've got lots of missed opportunities.
Oh, well, I thought that was a beautiful reading, Gerald. Yeah. Very powerful. And so thank you for that question, Venus. And thank you for letting everyone read on it. And Belinda, I recently had the thought I should become a naturopathic doctor. Am I crazy?
I don't answer to this. Belinda, you're not crazy. As a matter of fact, this would be if that's your or I don't know, maybe this came out of the blue and you're not even interested in that, but I got a feeling you are interested in the healing arts. And being a naturopath it's really, what I love about naturopaths is they explore different avenues where your normal medical doctor goes more by the book. I mean, they are using some intuitive guides of trying to figure out how to diagnose things, but naturopaths will experiment with different things and look at, they'll study different things to not just when somebody walks in the door that has a certain diagnosis, they will go beyond that diagnosis and kind of research the whole body of, of what they're trying to find, what they're trying to do to help you. You would be great at this. However, in the process of going through the schooling of trying to learn to be a naturopath, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. But I wouldn't let that deter you, because you can get through this. I see that in the end, you not only, if you decide to do this and put your mind to it, you not only become a naturopath, you become a really good one. It's financially beneficial to you, which is probably not your main. I mean, of course, everybody's got to make earn a living, but there's something about this. I kind of feel like it's almost your destiny if you decide to do this, because you come out of this somebody that is very helpful to other people. You really serve the community, and you're really good at it. But it is, you're going to have to work at it. It's not something that it doesn't really come easily for you. You have to really study and work at it and prepare. But once you do those things, you just kind of blossom. A lot of people appreciate what you're doing, and you help a lot of people. So you don't have to do this, but if you have that thought and there's nothing crazy about it, you go for it. Go for it. You're going to do really good.
Wow, I love that. Love that reading, Cleo. And Belinda, mine really backs it up, actually. The activation I got for you is authority. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is power, powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. So that creates, along with focus, allowing focus and creative energies, point to your learning this, point to your powerful ability to focus, to create, to allow this to come forward for you. It's something you choose, and it does feel like destiny. Here's the Sun card shining on all of it, and that powerful gift of your healing ability, your ability to bring forward what someone needs as they come to you. I think you would help a lot of people if this is what you choose to do. You have the power in your divine plan, in your blueprint, to back this up if you actually want to go forward with this. So congratulations, Belinda. Thank you for that question.
Yeah.
And so we're almost at the end of the show, but we have Alice L. who's asking for a full moon reading for Deb and Gerald.
All right. So Alice L., full moon, thank you for being here. And your full moon reading this is a great time for you to switch your perspective. I loved this because this is the Hanged Man, but look at this. Look at this picture. This is someone who they've got their goggles on, they are ready, and they're happy about getting a different perspective. And this perspective may actually be about the family. This is the 10 of Cups. So it may be feeling differently about things that are going on in the family, because there have been in the past some clashing interests, differing opinions, different ideas. So this is what is an opportunity for you to work on for the full moon. So that's what I have.
I love that. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Alice, and I definitely shuffled these cards, but once again, for the first card, I got the Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, which is sexual energy. So we're talking about that the sacral chakra. We're talking about strong, intense emotions and feelings. Then the second card that I got was the Black Moon Lilith in Capricorn, which is an elevated status. So you're going to spiritually be elevated. And if the sexual energy helps you do that, embrace it. The third card I got was the moon, intuition and emotional healing. So once again, we're talking about emotional healing and intuition, the spiritual aspect of that. For the bottom card, I got Mars, which is drive, energy, and passion. So that really does kind of wrap it all up in a bow. That drive, energy, passion, emotion, intuition, all of that is coming together. It's kind of a chaotic time for you, but you can do it. You can manage it. You can arrange things so that this chaos doesn't overtake your life, but you can still manage to use it and enjoy it, and then release whatever you need to release and let the full moon do its work.
I love that. I love that, Deb. That's a powerful reading. Thank you so much, Alice, for that question. And I'm going to give Jean to Cleo, and I'm going to take Veronica. And I want to thank Venus and Veronica for the stickers for the donation. And so Jean for Cleo, and I'll take Veronica. Oh, you're muted, Cleo.
I said, I'm so glad that I got picked for this one because I was getting ready to read for Jean.
Oh, good.
But I was shuffling cards, so I muted myself for a minute.
Okay.
Jean, I don't know what the heck's been going on in your life, but for your full moon reading, I got this feeling that there's somebody that is, it's just rubbing you the wrong way. And you might be having a little bit of problem with it, just some negativity around you that you're just like, I don't like this, and I don't like the way they're responding to certain things, and it almost feels like you're going to call this person out. You're just going to say, you know what is on your mind? What are you getting at? Where are you going with this? Why are you? Well, not why, but just what is going on with this? Because you would like to resolve it, and you don't really want to fight about it, but you don't want to keep feeling the way you're feeling about it. So you'd like to resolve. You've got a little problem going on that you'd like to resolve. I see that the problem does get resolved, but you do have to confront somebody, and you're not real comfortable with that, and that's fine. But it's like somebody has done you wrong in some way, and that's the best I can come up with. But I do feel that you know how to get this resolved, and that it will be resolved. And I guess I'm kind of concerned that once you confront this and you try to come to some solution for whatever it is, it doesn't really do that. And so you're still kind of left hanging with something. But you know what? This person is not this person has got a lot of other stuff on their mind, and they're kind of like lashing out at different people, and it really makes no sense. What I'm saying is I guess you shouldn't really take it too personally, but I see that you probably are going to confront this person, and because you're a an honest and fair person, you're feeling like you're being kind of mistreated. So, I say go for it because in the end, they're gonna see that they may have goofed up a little bit, and apology will probably come your direction. But um, yeah, it's one of those weird kind of things where you're just like, what are you doing? What in the world is going on with you? So I mean, I don't know if this makes any sense at all. Maybe you don't have any conflict with anybody, but that's what it feels like to me. And if you do decide to confront him, it's going to work out for the best. And I think you'll end up with an apology, but maybe not. This person seems very set in their ways, and I think they have misinterpreted something, but. You'll get through this. It's not the end of the world or anything. It's not even an end of a friendship or a relationship or anything like that. But you're just you've got mixed emotions about it. There you go.
Thank you, Cleo. That was very specific information, and I'm sure in some way it all hits home.
And I hope so.
Thank you for that. That was good. And Veronica, thank you for your super chat. And I just want you to know, boy, you've got a lot of messages. Again, you have the frequency of allowance, which means that when you let whatever comes your way without judgment, without opinion, without fear, without resistance, the universe becomes your partner in what you create. That is the specific thing that you need to remember, because they're asking you to choose yourself today. Do not deny your importance. You will manifest what you need. Your self-worth is all tied to your believing what you can achieve. And they're saying you have everything you need. It is about your whole self, your whole divine self, your whole nature. You really are the oracle. You have everything that you need. Give yourself comfort when you don't feel like you feel a little low. Give yourself comfort. Appreciate yourself. Put your hands over your heart and say, I love you. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you. Then let it all go. Let go of whatever it is that you may have been judging, and let it just slip by, because what is happening is you're having a huge transformation. Your whole entire self. It is about the divine matrix within you. See that flower of life? This is really your interconnectedness, synchronicity, and the coincidences of life. That way in which your guides speak to you is coming through loud and clear. You are very important to the multiverse, to source energy here on Earth, and you have a beautiful pathway ahead as a message giver, as the oracle, and that whole connectedness and unity that you are with everything in the multiverse, all that is. This is what they're trying to remind you of. So thank you for your question. And if Deb and this is our last question. If you guys, Gerald and Deb, if you want to read on this.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to go because what I got is,
sorry.
What do I need to do to kickstart my creative flow? Is it Anja or Anya?
Anya.
Anya. Anya, the first card I got was Rainbow Activation, which tells you you need to be authentic. Then the eagle feather tells you to soar, so you need to look from above. Find something that you are interested in, but look at it from a different perspective. Look at it from above and see where does that take you. The third card that I got, Sacred Space, is for support, but it's also finding that space where you can be quiet and listen to your inner self, and it will tell you about your creative flow, what you need to do to kickstart it, and then get the support that you need to do that. And the final card, the card on the bottom, is the fire spark to transform. So when you do all of these things, you put them all together, you're authentic, you look at things from a different perspective, you find your support, and then you have all of that together, then you can transform it into the direction that you need to go. You have it inside yourself. Only you can tell yourself which way to go. And you can do it if you put in the work.
Lovely.
I love that. That's very similar to what I got, because, to build off of that, it's the King of Cups. You need a balanced heart. You need to find that balance. And I pay attention to the things that are stealing your joy and your creative flow. Ask yourself, thinking about the last time you had the creative flow, think now, what is different now than when you had the creative flow, and allow that to give some insight. This card has shown up multiple times in the reading tonight. This is the Five of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
Five of Wands is about an exchange of energy. It doesn't have to be a battle. It's just an exchange of energy. So if you keep it at a bit of a playful level, that is going to be very helpful. But it feels like you are having some clashed interest in what you're going to be doing, where you want to spend your energy. So I would really go, okay, when was the last time that I had that creative energy and that flow? What's different about it now? What's different? That's where you can start. That's where you can find a balanced heart.
I love that. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful, Gerald. Very powerful.
Thanks.
And thank you, my beautiful Mystic 4 readers who are fabulous. Such beautiful readings today. Every one of you. Loved it. And I just want to thank everyone for your great questions in the chat and your participation and the beautiful energy that you all share with each other. So wonderful. And just reminding you to like and subscribe to Purple Elephant Deb H, Tarot Stash, and Cleo the Seer, and Val Dragonfly Crystals, and Next Level Channeling. Also, it will be on. Go ahead.
Could I say just one thing? Jean has responded to what I was talking to her about. And while everybody else was doing these other readings, I was picking up more on about Jean. Jean, you're just not the kind of person to want to call somebody out. You don't have a mean spirit at all within you. Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of conflicting. And that's why I was kind of having a hard time with it until Spirit told me, well, no, she's just really a nice person. Mm. But she's kind of sometimes gets put in a position to where whatever's going on, this negativity you're talking about, you don't want to make other people feel uncomfortable. And so I think however you end up rectifying this, whatever this problem is, that you're right on. You do deserve better. And I can feel what's going on, that there's this, you could easily say something, you could easily put somebody down, or, but you're just not, that's not who you are. So just remember that you're on a different level. You're on a different energy level than whoever it is that's causing difficulty in your life. So, like I said, it's not huge, but you will handle it just fine, and you will get through this just fine. So thank you for responding that way, because
Yeah, it's good to know, because when you get those specific things, everyone, and you give that feedback, it helps us as readers to know we were getting something important that needed to be said, even though it seems random, but it's important.
yes.
And this will actually, the show, Mystic 4, will be on June 9th on Cleo, the Seers.
Yay! I didn't know it.
Yippee!
And now that you've got, now that your internet connection has joined the 21st century.
Yes, now there's nothing stopping you now.
Right.
So everyone, like and subscribe to everyone's channels, leave comments, and subscribe, because it's free, everyone.
It is.
And thank you, everyone. Thanks for the super chats, and we'll see you on June 9th for the next Mystic 4 on Cleo the Seer. Bye, everyone. Love you guys.